Cottage pie. A timeless classic loved by millions.
Wait, were you expecting it to look more like this? Nah, this time, rather than mashing the spuds, we're going to cube them. And we're going to pack that mince mixture with loads of good vegetables so that you'll be over half your way to 5 a day after this recipe. We're going to start by finely chopping 2 onions. Once you've prepared each of these vegetables for the mixture, put them to one side because we're going to cook them all together in one pan. Peel and chop 3 carrots. I like to leave these a little bit thicker than what I did with the onion. Gives it a bit of a bite in the mixture. No one likes a thin carrot. We're going to slice 5 sticks of celery, again, leaving them a little bit on the thicker side for that extra bit of bite. So, that's all the veg prepared and chopped. You better take a seat, because it's time for the meat. Bring a large pan to a high heat and get it nice and hot before adding a tablespoon of olive oil and tipping in some beef mince. You may want to do this over a couple of batches to brown the mince evenly. There's nothing worse than when you're cooking your meat and it starts stewing rather than frying. The aim is to get it brown, not boiled. Once the mince is cooked, put it to one side and using the same pan tip in those pre-prepared vegetables we did earlier. You're going to fry them off on a medium heat with about a tablespoon of oil until they just begin to start to soften. Then gun in about 3 garlic cloves. You can leave them whole, don't need to peel them, the garlic press will do the work. Then we're going to add 3 tablespoons of plain flour. That's so that when we pour the stock in later, it's going to thicken the mixture up to a nice gravy. Follow that up with 2 tablespoons of tomato puree to give it that little zing at the end. Give it all a quick stir just to let the flavours combine on a medium heat, and then follow that up with the mince that we cooked before. Add 1 litre of chicken stock to the mixture. Then we're going to put in a couple of bay leaves and a few dashes of Worcestershire sauce, just to really infuse all those flavours. Leave it to boil on a low simmer for 20 to 30 minutes, just so everything goes nice and soft. While the mixture's cooking, we're going to prepare the broccoli separately, because that doesn't take as long to cook. Simply cut the florets into roughly equal pieces and then transfer it to the beef mixture once it's had about 20 to 30 minutes to soften. Then, give the whole thing about another 10 minutes so the broccoli cooks just right. But, as we all know, it wouldn't be a cottage pie without the spuds. So, while that mixture was cooking, we'd have prepared about 1 kilo of potatoes, peeled them, chopped them into roughly equal cubes, and now, after giving them a rinse, we're going to transfer them into a baking tray. Pour over a tablespoon of olive oil, season with salt and pepper, mix well and put in a preheated oven at 200 degrees Celsius for 20 to 30 minutes, turning halfway through until lovely, crisp and golden. Something so satisfying about meat and potato as a combination. It's like salt and vinegar, cheese and onion. They're just meant to go together. Once the potatoes are cooked, we're going to divide a handful into each of the 8 Tupperwares, then add the mince mixture to the side and leave it to cool. Now, I'm sure for any cottage pie purists out there, you'd argue that the potatoes have to go on top of the mince mixture. But who cares? I mean, it all goes down the same hole anyway. That's it, 8 meals all done. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, and you'd like lots more where that came from, including meal preps and recipes in future, why not subscribe to the channel? And in the meantime, I'll see you for the next one.